Hey, I'm Lisa, and believe it or not, this is Cabramatta, possibly one of the best places outside of Vietnam to walk around and share 3 delicious bowls of pho, Vietnamese noodle soup. Today, we're walking up an appetite. Today I'm here in southwestern Sydney, and today we are walking on Cabramatta land. And just over there is the beating heart, and it's really beating, of Cabramatta. And I'm going to take you to 3 fabulous places for 3 equally fabulous bowls of pho. And after we've eaten those 3 bowls, we're going to go back to my place, and I'm going to make my own rendition for the very first time. Sorry, the director made me say it. A full disclosure from me, the word pho is spelt P-H-O, and for years I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I'm going to say it now. I've been calling it pho, and it's actually pronounced pho. And I have been practicing and practicing. I've got a way to go, but let's try it again. Pho, pho, pho. So this is what I look for in a good bowl of pho. The broth. It's got to be clear and rich. It's got to have a depth of flavour, so you just want to drink it on its own. The noodles, slippery, flat rice noodles. Tender, but with just a little bit of a bite. If it's a beef pho, I want really soft, succulent brisket and some lovely fresh slices of beef that are going to cook in the broth. Inside the bowl, I want shallots or green onions, some sliced onion and coriander. And on the side of the bowl, fresh bean sprouts, Thai basil, fresh chilli and some lime to squeeze at the end. That's it. So I am now in the centre of Cabramatta, and we've walked about 6,183 steps to get here. I'm just round the corner from Arron Ngo. It's a fantastic vegetarian Vietnamese restaurant, and I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. Let's go. Everybody talks about your broth, about how rich and deep the flavour is. Can you tell me how you make your broth?
Yeah, I make my broth from the fresh vegetable, and I cook in around 3 and 4 hours.
Yeah.
With blending spicy, a lot of spicy in there.
I can't wait to eat it. I'm ready. I'm so ready to dig in. First thing, got to taste the broth on its own. Feels like coming home. What can I say? The flavour in that is so good. I can't believe that this is a no-bone pho. Rice noodles, steaming, hot, slippery. What more do you want in your life? Seriously. I love this. Be prepared for more slurping, okay? Beautiful mushrooms, tofu. I'm going to add in the accompaniments. I'm going to put in some bean sprouts, which really give it that fresh crunch, which I love. And some of this Thai basil, tear it up into the soup. Squeeze of lemon. And the thing is, it doesn't really even need all this stuff. It's just adding and making it better, but broth on its own is just a winner. And I love chilli. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh chilli. And here we go again. It's just such a bowl of goodness. And this is a Peking duck pancake, yeah, at a vegetarian restaurant. So, Nhien, come for the plant-based pho and stay for the Peking duck pancake. Just I really do love a good pho and Vietnamese food in general, but honestly, I don't know that much about it. I didn't grow up eating it. What I grew up with was a, unsurprisingly, Jewish-style chicken soup, and we had lokshen, which are egg noodles, and kreplach, which is like, I call it Jewish ravioli or wontons. And then my auntie used to get these little things called ayalach, which were the unhatched eggs from the inside of the chicken. That's as exotic as we got. So now it's time to educate myself and try to learn about Vietnamese food and culture, and I'm meeting someone round the corner who can help me with that. So I was looking for someone, a local, who had Vietnamese heritage. Not only is that you, but you also are a local food tour guide. I mean, what more could we want?
Yes, so what we do is we basically take people around just to share in Cabramatta's food, its culture, and it's really cool to see people come and eat. It's one of the things that we love to do.
How did this become the hub for Vietnamese and Southeast Asian communities?
The Vietnamese boat people came over. They really needed some place to be. Cabramatta just turned it into that place. Here you got like Vietnamese people, Chinese people, Thai, Laos. Yeah, as you can see, you know, it's different. It's fun, you know, people can come here with their families and it's great.
So when I came to Cabramatta a few months ago with my daughter Jessie and turned the corner and went, oh, whoa, what's that?
Yeah, it's a bit of a thing here.
The Pai Lao Gateway, right?
Yes. Businesses, associations, they came together to make the Beautification Association of Cabramatta, and they came up with this. There's actually 5 languages on here to represent the communities that were around here at the time. It's like a sign of unity.
I never noticed all the languages. That's just a beautiful sentiment.
Needs a little bit of a clean, but I think we'll get to that sometime. Yeah.
I think it's time for lunch. You ready to join me?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry as well.
Me too. Let's go.
Let's go.
So we've made it to Pho Anna and it's taken me 7,522 steps to get here. I think you said to me this is one of your favourites, right?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm here with Anna, the Anna. Can you tell me how you make your pho?
I can't do it by myself because usually we cook minimum 10 hours. So it's always we wash the bone, then we cook overnight. In the morning we come in, we prepare the meat on the side.
Yeah. And so that's why it's so good, because it's so much time and love goes into it. Wow. Hot. I love it. All right.
Yeah, so if you just give that soup a try. I like the clarity of that broth.
It's good.
Good stuff, isn't it?
A really meaty flavour. It's very strong on the beef.
I like it to be light, but also quite, you know, tasty, lots of umami. On top of your pho, you've got some raw beef. Now that raw beef, obviously you don't want to eat it. Just move it around in our soup and it's going to cook in that lovely hot broth. Also what we have here, some nice, lovely greens. You got some Thai basil here.
I love this. This is like a pho masterclass.
Yeah.
This is awesome. What do you start with?
I like the noodles.
Let's go. Hot and silky and so good. So this is my favourite bit. I want to start with the brisket.
Yeah, I like to just dip it in between the sauces here, just to get some of that hoisin, some of that sriracha before I eat it.
Too late.
So what we have here is a bit of tendon. I think you've mentioned that you haven't tried tendon before.
No, I have not.
Yes, it can be a bit intimidating for some, but I can assure you it's quite nice.
I'm really intimidated by this tendon.
That's okay, that's okay.
Really intimidated. Would you just eat the whole thing like that?
I would just eat the whole thing like that.
All right. Look, it's really a slippery bugger.
You ready?
Are you ready?
You ready?
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't even know what it's like. I thought I was expecting cartilagey.
Yeah.
But it's not. You know what? I had it, and do I want to have it again? Maybe not.
It's for some. For some, it's, you know.
Today's the day of eating new things. I mean, this is a new experience, and I'm really trying to embrace it and dive in with my whole heart and soul. So after all that salty, savoury pho, I think it's time for something a bit sweet. And I wanted to try this. It's a Vietnamese iced coffee, different to what I'm used to, and I think Arron can tell us all about it.
Well, with iced coffee, you know, it's supposed to be sweet, but the Vietnamese do it a little bit differently than sugar. We actually like to use condensed milk. What do you think?
It's so good.
It's so good, isn't it?
So come to Pho Anna for the special beef pho. Stay for the Vietnamese iced coffee. So refreshing, so sweet, and good for you. So we've left Cabramatta on our way to our third stop. I don't want to speak too soon, but we've been really lucky with the weather because we do go ahead, rain, hail or shine. It's neither raining, hailing nor shining, which is pretty perfect. So on to the next. Let's go. Yep, I've made it. I have done 14,753 steps. Feel very proud, actually. And that's about 9.7 kilometres. And we are here at our third destination. And what is so surprising about this place is that we are actually in a petrol station. We're at 2 Foodies and I'm going inside. Now, Pete, there's a rumour going round that you have a chef's special sauce that is like no other. Tell me the secret.
Okay, Lisa, the special sauce started with the hoisin sauce, the American sriracha, fish sauce, chili oil, a couple of garlics as well. These garlics are pickled, approximately about 60 days old.
Wow.
And last but not least, the lemon. And it's gonna harmonize all of that. But you have to mix it up really well though. There's so many components in there.
So you use that as a dipping sauce for the meat or the meatballs or whatever?
Doesn't matter
And
what it
also, would you put a bit in the broth?
I would too. Absolutely.
I can't wait to try that. Okay, I've got a really important question for you.
Yeah.
So I've arrived in Cabramatta and I've learnt to say pho. Well, I'm practicing, okay? But everybody we've met along the day calls it pho.
Just relax and take it easy. Just call it pho. Everybody will know because that is my national dish. Mention pho or pho, they all know.
Okay, I'm going to go and enjoy my final bowl of pho for the day. So here we are, number 3 of the day. And believe it or not, I'm a little bit excited. The smell of this broth is just extraordinary. Just the smell. Anyway, I'm going to have a spoon before I add anything. This broth is different to all the others. It has a sweetness and a complexity that is just something that makes you want to dive into this bowl. That's all I can say. Dive in. All right, let's get stuck into it. So I'm going to do the herbs, some bean sprouts. Now, I have been told by the man himself, Pete, that when I squeeze the lemon, I need to squeeze the lemon and then throw the whole lemon in to infuse through the broth. I just love that there's lots of stuff on top. The coriander, the shallots and the white onion. And of course, the brisket. But my absolute favourite part of a pho is, of course, the noodles. Look at that steam. And I haven't added any sauce or chilli yet because I just want to taste it first. Okay, now this is the chef's special sauce. I'm very excited to try this one. I'm going to mix it all together. Take my delicious brisket, which looks very soft and yummy, and give it a dip. It's quite spicy. I'm going to call that a 6, okay? But it's good. I love it. The sauce, you know what? It's really good. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get that beef, which is now cooked. It's so fresh, this beef. It's tender. It is so melt in your mouth. This is one mighty fine bowl of pho, or whatever you want to call it. It's definitely made with love. And I'm going to finish the rest of this bowl. You've got to come to 2 Foodies for this exceptional pho and stay for the cheap petrol. I have been so lucky today to have 3 really good and different bowls of pho in Cabramatta and Mount Pritchard. And I'm going to take you back to my kitchen and make you something with a bit of my heritage and a lot of my love. I haven't spent much time in Cabramatta till now, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Today I'm going to make something also inspired but by my heritage. I'm taking all the elements that I adore in a pho. The clear, nuanced broth, the slippery, silky rice noodles, beef that just melts in your mouth as you bite into it, and of course, all the fresh bits on the side. And I'm creating, maybe for the first time ever, what I'm calling a Jewish chicken soup pho. So I've got a chicken frame, which is the essence of a chicken soup, a whole chicken for some lovely meat, some beef ribs on the bone, chicken drumsticks, and some wings. All of that is going into the pot, and I'm going to just cover it with water and bring it to the boil. I've got some aromatics, some onions and some fresh ginger, which I'm going to char over a naked flame. And I've got all the really important spices: coriander seeds, cinnamon or cassia bark, some star anise, some cloves and some cardamom. And then I'm going to toast the spices in a small frying pan until they're really fragrant, and then crush them up a bit and put them in the muslin bag, wrap it up so they don't go all over the soup. And then don't forget some salt and some rock sugar, but I'm using palm sugar today, or you can use white sugar if that's all you've got. Be patient till all the scum comes up and take it off. Then we're gonna add everything else. Bring everything to the boil again, then let it simmer for about 45 minutes when I'm gonna pull the whole chicken out, and just set it aside. Leave it for about 10 minutes till it cools. Take all the meat off the bones and put the carcass back in and cook it for another couple of hours. My broth is ready. It smells incredible in here. I have some rice noodles, got some boiling salted water ready to cook. I have my pho kreplach or soup dumplings, which if you want the recipe, you can just click on the link. I've used the beef from the soup, sauteed with some onion, ginger and sriracha, and just use wonton wrappers. They're super easy, and these have been in the freezer. Straight into the hot water. I've got a little bit of fish sauce. I need to just season my broth. And then I've got all of the accompaniments, some to go in the soup bowl and some to go on the side. All right, soup is done. So everything's ready and it's time to serve. But there are a few elements and I want to take it slowly and do it step by step so everything is hot and perfect. I'm going to start with the chicken that I took off the carcass earlier, and I'm just going to shred a little bit. I'm just going to heat it into my very hot broth and into my bowl, which is slightly warm, just to keep it all nice and hot. Next, I'm going to put in my rice noodles and my pho kreplach or soup dumplings. One of these delicious looking bones with the meat. Oh, it's hot. The meat is so, you know, I was talking about melt in your mouth soft beef. Look at that. It's just beautiful. And now the soup. I'm just going to use the colander because I want to just make sure none of the little bits that are floating around get into the soup. Inside the bowl, I'm going to put the 2 onions and coriander, and then to serve on the side, fresh bean sprouts, Thai basil, fresh sliced chili, and some lime cheeks. And then on the side for dipping, I've got some hoisin sriracha, and as we learnt on our journey in Cabramatta, a little bit of fish sauce. So this is my Jewish chicken soup pho. And the first thing I've got to do is just taste the broth on its own before I add anything else. It's got that taste of home, Jewish chicken soup, with the flavours and nuances of pho. It's just a great combo. Okay, now it's time. I'm going to add a little bit of lime, a few bean sprouts, Thai basil. I can't wait to dive into this bowl. A little bit of chili. I'm going to start with a dumpling just because it's here at the top. How do I eat this delicately? I just don't know. Let's see how we go. That's good. Oh, the spice in that meat from the sriracha is just delicious. And it's time for some slurping, I think. And I'm leaving the best bit till last, which is this. So you could just eat it like this, dip it in the sauce. Am I going to do that? Yeah, I am. So that's my Jewish chicken soup pho with pho kreplach. If you loved watching today's episode as much as I loved making it, then please click on 3 things: like, subscribe, and the little bell. That way you'll keep up with everything I'm doing and won't miss out. There are plenty more episodes to come as I walk around Sydney in search of amazing food that you won't forget. You can find all the details about the recipes and the incredible locations in the description under the video. Thank you so much for walking up an appetite with me today. And remember, there's got to be joy in the journey and deliciousness in the destination. Till next time, see ya.